EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Please welcome your 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers.
On the visitor's sideline, Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. On the other side, Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys also fell in their opener a week ago, so we got a couple of teams here desperately trying to avoid that 0-2 start. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
You see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 18 carries, 65 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finishing the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, where he proved that last season was no fluke.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Steelers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
On play action, Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Rodgers with a keeper. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up
Rodgers going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The first catch of the ball game there for Metcalf, and a first down to boot.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. Completes it to Austin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 13-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Warren will try the right side. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
A 27-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Darnold. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Here's 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Here's Kent to return. Skirts by him at the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 50-yard
From
line.
midfield, here's Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
He was brought down at the 26.
The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 17 carries, 78 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Darnold running the option to the right side. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up the 4th down.
Jalen Ramsey brought it down. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Throwing is Rodgers. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
It's fourth down.
On fourth down, the Steelers called on Corliss Waitman to punt. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard
Play action. It's Darnold. This is Fant on the short completion. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Darnold. Oh, good move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Oh, able to avoid him. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Seahawks first down.
Now it's Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and goal, Seattle.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better...
Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Steelers 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating him up right now. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. On the give, it's Warren.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That's caught. It's Austin left side.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Rodgers now to throw.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The first carry down. This is Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked out with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And he stopped immediately there.
Tackled that time by Joey Porter Jr.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 3rd and 7. Darnold now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
4th down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
For the Seahawks.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
At the 33-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers.
Got his man. It's Warren. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Warren. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down. Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd down and 6.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
That's another Seahawks first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Here's Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Darnold.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold going right back to Fant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get it inside the 35.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
11 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
Terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This from 36 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On the sneak, Rodgers.
And he will have the Steelers first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 44.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
That's another
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Up the middle, Johnson. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Boswell's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3s already put through the post.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A gain of 21 yards.
Here's Darnold.
And
the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Now Darnold. This is Fant on the short completion.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Jet sweep. Here's Smith and Jigba.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Alex Highsmith simply would not be stopped on that play. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to learn the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Darnold from the gun.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Seahawks first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Seahawks.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Seahawks.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling.
2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Back to throw, Darnold.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Again, Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now it's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This will get the lead up to 7. Myers' kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken right on the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Darnold. Now that'll be caught by Cup.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
Darnold now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this right past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Valdez-Scantling in motion left.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now a run with Walker. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Again, it's Walker.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right.
Walker is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts.
Brings up second and goal.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Second down and goal. Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done, because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. We've seen him do this many times in green and gold. Now he'll try to do it in black and gold. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers
down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 2.5 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
And the Steelers first down.
Here's Rodgers.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. Here comes second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4. At the
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Got his man, it's Woods.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 45-yard line.
That's good for us Steelers. First down.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. Second down, 8 yards to go.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 43-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's first and 10. Caught by Woods.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
Rodgers now to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's second and 10.
Rodgers going to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
Out to the flat here for Johnson. The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. This is caught. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 3. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.